101.7 WMDX. It's the, how did I raise that up? It's the Janala and Gordala in the Morning Law show.
That's what it is?
Yes, the Janala, Gordala in the Morning Law.
Okay. Kind of rolls off the tongue, I guess.
Kind of, you know. If we can just...
Who is Jonala and Gordala? Are they replacements for John and Gordy?
They're in tribute
They're
to Kamala.
alter Oh, that I like that. That's good.
Didn't you see the Saturday Night Live bit?
No,
I didn't see it.
Yeah, that's it.
It's kind of funny. I work for a media company, but don't really watch TV.
Okay. Good for you.
Well, that's good. I mean, you know, it's good not to watch TV.
Yeah, I'm saving my brain rot for something else.
Well, for later in life, when you do want to watch TV and escape reality.
Ah, yes.
I'm surprised you don't want to escape reality now.
Yeah,
I would.
I don't know.
I'd run.
Maybe I'm just not paying enough attention to
run
it.
for the door. Run for the remote.
Yeah. Well, happy Monday. You know.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Happy Monday.
Have a good weekend. Yeah. Good weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, did you have a good weekend?
Oh, it was fabulous.
Yeah, was it fantastic?
Oh, it was fantastic.
Oh,
it was
great.
Tremendous.
Sounds like you really had a good time.
Over the top.
Wow.
Great.
Wow. That's unbelievable.
Streets are a little damp this morning. We had a few sprinkles, a little bit of rain overnight. It's mild, though. Very mild. 60 degrees currently.
Weird. I was at a stoplight and it turned green, and I'm like hitting the accelerator, and I'm just spinning my wheels.
Well, that's what you do every day here. Isn't that true?
That's true. Right here on the show.
Okay.
But not out on the street.
No.
I don't know what, very slick or something. Maybe it's just a kind of a film on the roads this morning.
Well, when it gets a little, drizzly and foggy like this, and the streets get a little damp,
tell us about
sprinkles. There's some oil and grease on the streets. Not all the street sweepers are as good as the one that we have right outside here on State Street. Some of these streets, you get a little oil on there. Just enough of a mix of the dampness and light sprinkles to create some slick spots. And I'm sure that's what you experienced this morning, unless your tires are bald and you haven't changed them in a few years.
They're getting that way. I drive all over the county for some reason.
Well, and you like to spin out.
I do. I like to patch up. You know that.
I always have experienced that with
Priuses
you.
are known for that.
That's why I don't ride with you anymore, shotgun. I just refuse to go in any vehicle that you're driving. Done that for
that's
many
the way
years,
it is.
so. Hey, let's check out the afternoon high temperature. What do you say we get out the old one-arm bandit? Do we have that standing by?
The one-arm bandit's a good one.
Yeah, let's see. Three digits will come up. First one is 0, second one 6, third one 6. 66 for a high today. 66. Remember Phillips 66?
Yes, I remember that.
They're in that gas station. Yeah. They don't have those anymore.
No, that's too bad.
Got bought out by some conglomerate, I guess.
Well.
Remember Clark gas stations?
Yes, I do.
Get cheap cigarettes there and cheap gas.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't have those anymore.
Go to Clark.
Go to Clark.
That was just. Yeah.
They had great attendance there. It was a very small.
It was a cool
franchise.
Logo, by the way.
Very cool logo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to have a Clark gas station shirt. Somehow I found it at a resale shop. I think it said Ernie on it. Yeah. Wore that for you. I don't know.
Perfect name.
I know. God. Nobody names their kid Ernie anymore.
No. Ernest.
Okay.
It's Ernest. It's Ernest, right?
Ernest,
That's
yeah.
short for Ernest.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Sam?
Should kids be named Ernie?
The only Ernie I know is my uncle, who's in like his 60s. So
see, you know
Uncle
Ernie.
Yeah.
Hey, Uncle Ernie.
Burton Ernie.
I lived next to an Ernie in Stoughton. My 2 months living in Stoughton, my neighbor was Ernie. He had, get this, he had a sauna out in his garage.
In his
garage?
He had a
sauna? Yes. No, really. He did. He had a sauna out in the back of his garage.
Oh, good old Ernie.
Oh, Ernie.
Yeah.
He was a blue-collar guy, worked at Stoughton Tire, I think. Anyway,
there was Ernie on My Three Sons. Remember Ernie?
Yeah.
The little kid.
Poor kid.
I looked just like him when I was a kid. Yeah, and everybody called me at school. They called me Ernie.
Wow, I don't think that was good.
No, it wasn't good at all.
No.
Just scarred me for life, in fact.
Well, now you're fighting back now.
Oh, sure.
So it's 70.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe you'll finally get the recognition you need.
It's not too late. Hey, let's check out the National Day calendar. What do you say?
All right.
Try to damp down your enthusiasm.
Bite the bullet,
okay?
Get it over with.
Okay. Oh, that's nice.
Is there a lot today?
There's actually very little. Is it or is it not?
Mm-hmm.
Job Action Day.
Yeah.
Is it or is it not National Candy Day? How about National Hot Dog Day? Might keep you awake. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
National Broadcast Traffic Professionals Day.
Mm-hmm.
Is it that or is it National Chicken Lady Day? Which one of those days does not belong?
Well, it's not National Chicken Lady Day unless there are a lot of chicken ladies out there that need this particular day for recognition.
Actually, you are wrong. It is National Chicken Lady Day.
What?
We'll get to that in a minute.
What in the world?
Yeah, well, it's actually a big day for the chicken lady.
Chicken Man. I know there was a Chicken Man.
Chicken Man.
Time.
He's everywhere. Yeah, remember that? Okay, Sam, what day do you think it is?
I was gonna say the Chicken Lady Day, so I have
you're
no
both
idea.
wrong. Okay, let's go to National Chicken Lady Day.
We're kind of wondering what the hell this is all about.
Well, it's actually okay. Here we go. It honors Dr. Mathenia Tina Dupree. For 12 years, Dr. Dupree worked for the second largest chicken restaurant in the world as the Director of Community Relations and Training. She was widely known due to her work in the community, and during that time, through her work, the communities that she helped, Dr. Dupree became known as the Chicken Lady. Dr. Dupree led numerous efforts to improve education in her community. She provided training and certification that led to business opportunities to many in her area. She not only led by example, but enhanced the lives of those around her. She actually taught public speaking and training and that kind of thing. And so
sounds really kind of a local thing.
Well, in 2001, the National Chicken Lady Day was created as a way of saying thank you to Dr. Dupree.
This is quite an old national day, then.
It is.
It really is.
Yeah.
I'm beginning to think we can get our own day, can't we? I mean, if the Chicken Lady can get a damn day, two guys who should be in retirement should at least be recognized for coming back to work.
Well, why don't we do that? Let's enter into the National Day calendar.
Let's see if we can't do it.
See if we can do it. What do you say we can't do it?
Right.
You mean
we can do it. Let's see if we
can
do it.
Okay. It's Job Action Day. National Job Action Day. The first Monday in November redefines the opportunities of the career world. Celebrate by exploring your options. Maybe they're trying to tell us something here. You don't have to be dissatisfied with your career to participate in the employment-focused day. Gainfully employed, looking, or contemplating a career change, it's important to always be prepared and keep your options open. Well, don't we all know that? Okay. Let's see what else. What else did I mention here? Oh, yeah. National Candy Day. We all love candy. Now we've got a lot of leftover candy from Halloween.
Yeah, I went and got some of the. Do you ever do the thing where you go out and buy the discounted Halloween candy after Halloween has passed?
Well, I didn't need to. I had an extra bag of candy anyway.
I do. It's a con, by the way.
What do you mean?
It's a con. Well, my wife and I both have been fooled by this the sale con that they have out there.
Oh, sure.
You pick up big signs, sale, half price, get the candy now.
It's still like more expensive or the same price as buying
you
candy
go to
regularly.
You go to the cash register, it's the same price it would have been. It's not on sale. It's not half price. You're paying full price for the damn things. We've both been stung by this con.
What?
This is going on at every damn department store out there, and I'm angry about it.
I gotta look back at my receipt. I bought some discounted Halloween candy over the weekend.
You actually didn't. Okay.
They ripped you off again, man.
Oh man.
God. Okay. It's National Broadcast Traffic Professionals Day. You know the traffic professionals. We work with traffic professionals in the building.
Traffic department where they handle all the commercials that air.
They handled commercials for all 20 or 21 radio stations
that we outrageous,
have here. 24/7, 365.
That's fantastic. Great. Super.
So we salute the National Broadcast Traffic Professionals Day. So big salute to Carol and Denise here and Megan, who's now helping him out in the traffic department.
Who?
You don't know anybody here, do you?
I'm not here for this.
What?
I don't look. I'm here.
I know. As soon as the show is over, you bolt right out of the building.
You get here 10 minutes before the show, and you leave like 15 minutes after the show.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? Yeah. It's like clear the building.
Yeah.
Clear the building.
Well, it's good because people don't really want to see you here anyway. So.
Such a curmudgeon.
Well, there's this rumor, that I'm hard to get along with.
It's a rumor? Okay. Go with that. National Traffic Professionals Day honors those in the radio and TV traffic departments. Each year, the observance takes place on November 2nd. Plus, that falls on the weekend. Yep. Let's observe the following Monday. Broadcast traffic professionals schedule and work diligently with their programs, announcements.
Are we still on this?
Okay. Let's move on.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's
Anything in the history
commercial.
books? Well, we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay. All right.
Any history items?
Oh,
Is there
you
anything
betcha.
at all? Is there anything at all?
What you got there? Oh, that's a dusty book.
Big old dusty book.
Right.
Well, that was a very half-hearted cough. Today in 1922, King Tut's tomb was discovered.
Yeah, you got the song?
I do.
All right.
Right.
Let's listen.
Well,
Okay.
we'll get to it.
All right.
I'll start playing it in 10 seconds because that's where I got it queued.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Today in 1924, Nellie Ross becomes the first woman elected governor of a state.
Okay.
Um,
What else?
Let's see. What? What do you mean, what else?
The Iranian hostage crisis began.
That's right.
That's
Today
right.
in 1979.
Yeah.
Are you guys Harry Potter fans?
I am. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Harry
sure.
Potter, the very first movie,
Yeah.
hit theaters today in 2001.
Those are really good movies. There was one that
23 years
was a
ago.
stinker, a clinker. I did not like.
I haven't watched any of them. Which one? Which one should I avoid?
I can't remember. It's three or four. I can't remember though.
Okay. Any birthdays?
It's Walter Cronkite's birthday today.
And that's the way it is.
That's the way it is. Okay.
And Ralph Macchio, who is a Republican and should not be
What?
mentioned.
Oh no!
Okay.
How unfortunate.
All right, we're going to find out what's trending in our world.
Let's listen to a little bit of Steve Martin.
All right.
Barrett and his jammies.
You can ask me what's trending. What's trending? You can
what's trending.
You can ask me what's
A few
trending.
things are trending currently. This is 92.7 WMDX. This is the Janala and Gordala in the Mornala show this morning.
And this portion of the Janala and Gordala show in the Mornala is brought to you by Verlo Mattress of Madison. Sleep better and dream bigger on a handcrafted Verlo mattress. Available on Madison's east and west side or online at verlo.com. So why are you saying this?
Well, that's a little hat tip, by the way, to the Saturday Night Live bit where Kamala made the appearance, and they had a little bit on that. I thought it was kind of cute.
Yes.
Boy,
great.
That was truly a thrilling moment in television history, for me anyway. I almost teared up.
I happened to be watching it live, so it was really a surprise. It was really a surprise.
It really was, yeah.
It was something.
That was just, it was electric.
Yeah. The crowd went wild, just yelling
and what
screaming.
A great bit, too. You know, the Maya Rudolph looking into this mirror, who just happened to be Kamala Harris on the other side.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And by the way, we're going to feature, that's a big story after 7 o'clock.
Okay.
So we'll have all of that. We'll have that entire cold open that they always start with. And we'll have that. We'll have the Trump impressions. Mm-hmm. We'll have the Waltz.
The aftermath.
And Biden impressions. And then we'll get to Kamala.
Yeah.
Which was just unbelievable.
Yes. And the reaction from the FCC commissioner and all this stuff. I mean, it really got a little crazy afterwards.
It really is. It's stupidly crazy.
Yes.
You know, the FCC chairman, one of the chair people, there are 3 from the Democratic side and 3 from the Republican side. And guess who is complaining? Yeah. A Trump appointee says that it's unfair, equal time. Of course, they hate equal time. They've hated equal time ever since they've owned AM talk radio. They hated equal time. But now, of course, they need it. You know, they just create their own rules as they go along. And that's why I say, who cares? You know, FC, they can't do anything about this. You know, this isn't something they can do. Well, anyway, that's trending, right?
Yeah.
I want to get into this Trump float that took place during Halloween in Pennsylvania. This is not a good story.
There was a float?
Yeah, there was a
parade?
Jim Crow type
it's
float.
hard to call it a float. It was a UTV with a Trump sign on it. But that's not the most significant part of this quote unquote float. It's what was being pulled behind the float.
Right. Community officials in Pennsylvania apologized after someone dressed as Kamala Harris pretended to be shackled behind a vehicle during their traditional Halloween parade. Someone dressed as Kamala Harris was shackled and being dragged behind. And this is just like, you know, with chains. She had chains on. And the question I have, and this kind of hit the fan, you know, over the weekend, is how this is a small town.
Sure.
You would know the people that are doing this, right? You know, they never mentioned anybody who started doing this, who drove the vehicles, who played Kamala, being, you know, not dragged so much as, you know, she was walking behind this pickup truck. And, you know, there was a guy with a Trump mask in the truck.
Right.
So they just say, oh, well, we apologize. You know, the community fire department always puts on this parade. They've done it for like 250 years since the beginning of the country. And so they never screen people because they've never had to. Nothing's ever been controversial about it. It's a small town. Everybody knows everybody. And so now this thing, you know, they didn't approve it. They didn't know it was going to happen. And it did happen. And the entire country is outraged now. And no one mentioned the woman or the people who perpetrated this outrage, this Jim Crow example of where we are in this country now. You know, we're going by character now. We don't go by color, right? I mean, that's what I thought anyway, but this is something a little bit different, isn't it?
Really small town, huh?
It is a really small town, yeah.
Everybody knows everybody, but they didn't line up before the parade. Nobody said anything before the parade while they're getting in line there.
Couple of things. Like, I remember Mike McCabe said once, you know people in a small town, but you don't know people. You know what I mean?
Well, that's true.
Right.
That's true.
And also,
I get that.
yes, people did line up before this parade, but you didn't need to do anything. You could just kind of get in. You could duck into the line wherever you wanted to, and I guess that's what these people did. I don't think they're affiliated with. I think they're with like a farm nearby the community. That's what I believe I read.
All right.
Okay.
So they're just like some random people who own a farm who are Trump supporters,
But
and
it's
then
still
they decided
local.
to do this.
It's still local. I mean, the farm,
Right.
Right.
people who own farms help other farmers out, during the season. So it's not like, they don't have community ties. They do have those. And it's just, there's something so wrong about this story. And I guess we should find out who these people are and run them out of town.
On a rail?
That's what I'm saying.
Got to run them out on a rail, whatever that means.
Out on a rail. I'm not sure.
I don't know
sure
what that
either.
means
Yeah.
exactly. But.
Means you're gonna kill them and run their coffin out of town on the rail. Jeez.
That's right.
Let's not do that.
No, but it just seems like truly something that should not have happened. Not in this day and age.
I
now
think
that
what's most alarming to me is that like Trump says these things about how he wants to lock up his political enemies, but when his supporters themselves are following him and doing exactly what he says he wants to do in a parade, that's almost more alarming to me than he himself saying it.
Yeah. People are doing it sort of in his name.
Right.
And because he's made it okay to do this kind of
exactly.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is, I'm sure do we know where this small town is or the name of the small town or anything like that? I'm just curious if it's like a couple of hundred people. And
I think it's Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania. I could be wrong about that.
Okay.
I'll double check.
Well, you would think, does it violate anything? Does it violate any kind of rule? Does it violate, or is it just
well, it violates the language of the right wing now because they're going by, character instead of color.
Okay.
So I mean, when you think about it, why would something like this happen? Right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like 9 barrels, aimed at your face.
Right.
All of these outrageous things are taking place. People are now going to the polls.
Yeah.
Dressed in MAGA wear.
Yeah, I know. Well, coming up, Idiocracy is right around the corner. It's John and Gordy in the morning, 92.7 WMDX.
As the 21st century began, intelligence continued to decline until humanity was incapable of solving even its most basic problems.
What an idiot! Oh, what a loser!
Now listen, Grapehead. I'll explain it so even you can understand it.
Idiocracy.
For the smartest guy in the world, you're pretty dumb sometimes.
92.7 WMDX. The Janala and Gordala.
Yeah.
In the Mornala show this morning.
Okay. We're going to play that whole SNL thing in a little while. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to play the whole thing.
Where Kamala Harris showed up.
Yep. Yeah.
That's great.
I wish we could play just a little bit, why we named the show what we did today. Just that last little piece of hand-holding at the end of the show. I like that. It was just great stuff.
Yeah, it was.
I know you're angry about it and you didn't like it and you thought it was pandering, but I understand, where you're coming from on that.
Me? No. I thought it was hilarious. Hey, don't forget, tomorrow night, make sure to tune in to Civic Media's Election Night special coverage. Begins at 6 p.m. And as those results roll in, Civic Media reporters and hosts will bring you all the information you need to know from the presidential race, plus Wisconsin races. That's Civic Media's Election Night special beginning at 6 p.m. tomorrow night.
That sounds great.
All across the network.
That sounds fantastic.
All right. Idiocracy now.
All right. Let's get to an interesting story. This is cut 211.
Okay.
From last month. And I just thought this is still really, really important to cover again. Obama's been out there on the stump, obviously, and he mentioned this. And I just want everybody to know that, if we do have another pandemic, we could certainly blame Trump for doing away with any preparation. I don't know if Biden has put that preparation back in place, but let's check this out. Let's play it.
When I was president, we put together an entire playbook for how to deal with a pandemic, because we had dealt with Ebola, we had dealt with the H1N1 virus. We put together a plan, and we practiced, and we had all the agencies in terms of how you're going to deal with the schools and how we're going to do with the public health agencies. And we put it all together, and when Donald Trump came in, we gave him that playbook. And he, I guess, dropped it in the dustbin. 3 years later, a pandemic hit. And I want to be fair. Listen to me now. No matter who was president, the pandemic was going to be a huge crisis. People were going to get sick. People were going to die. Businesses were going to close. There'd be travel restrictions. It was a once-in-a-100-year event. But if you look at a country like Canada, the per capita death rate during COVID was 60% lower than it was here in the United States. So you do the math. Over 1 million people died during the pandemic here in the U.S. 60% of over 1 million, that's 600,000 people. That's grandparents. That's aunts. That's uncles, parents, co-workers, friends. Everybody here was touched by it. Some people might have been alive if we had had a competent administration who was paying attention and trying to do things better instead of talking about injecting bleach into your arm. Now, you remember that if somebody tells you, it doesn't make a difference. It will not make things perfect, but it does make a difference. To have somebody who is competent, somebody who sees you, somebody who respects you, somebody who cares about you, somebody who understands your dreams.
It's interesting you brought up, it's not perfect. Mm-hmm. And it's one of the arguments that the megas always come up with. These Democrats, they propose these things, but it doesn't really work out that well, and it's never that good. And, their proposals are obviously a disaster, and they are actually rerun proposals. They want to go back to things that have already failed. And yet, when Democrats propose something like the ACA, there were some problems with it early on, and they wanted to at least change some of the regulations within Obamacare. But Republicans said, well, you passed this. I mean, look, and we knew there were problems. And now the whole thing here is to pass it. improve on the problems, get rid of the problems, and you find that out later on anyway.
Right.
And so that's the whole point. And they did this with a pandemic preparation. They said, well, it's not perfect. It's not really that good or great. So let's get rid of it completely. And that was Trump's plan. He did it. And then we had a pandemic by coincidence. And I don't know if they've actually put that in place. They brought it back. I hope they have.
I would think they did. I think we learned our lesson collectively.
For some reason, it just seems like, like the head of the post office. We said we're going to get rid of the guy. We haven't done it. We take so long to, weed out the problems that are put in place before the Democrats get in power. And it's just, we just don't do it fast enough.
Right.
And Republicans, they do it instantly. Now, I want to get to one other thing, because we're so close to the election here now. This is CNN's Daniel Dale. It's a fact check on the Trump campaign's ad claiming that Harris's plan, her tax plan, it will actually increase taxes. And that is absolutely not true. And that is K204. Do you have that ready? We can play that and take a look at, the lie that is this tax plan. It's a better plan. In fact, my MAGA friend in Milwaukee gave me a call, and he started talking about that tax plan. Isn't it? She's just raising taxes left and right. That inflation was a tax increase. That's what he's talking about. Okay, let's listen to this plan from Daniel Dale.
Does this start with a Trump ad and then break it down?
Yes.
We also have a Trump ad on taxes. Let's watch that.
Kamala Harris is going to significantly raise taxes.
Taxes are going to have to go up.
Kamala's plan will raise families' taxes by nearly $2,600 a year. Under Kamala, prices have already soared. Now she'd make it worse with even higher taxes.
All right, Daniel, what are the facts here?
Jim, this might be the single most deceptive campaign ad I've seen all cycle. In that short clip, we had two just horrifically edited quotes plus a made-up statistic. So the first quote, they cite the New York Times, and they say Harris is seeking to significantly raise taxes. Okay, let's go to the New York Times and see what that article actually says. What that article actually says is Harris is seeking to significantly raise taxes on the wealthiest Americans and large corporations. So those very important words edited out. Now, similarly, that clip features Harris herself saying taxes are going to have to go up. So, okay, let's go to that 2019 event where she said something like this. Listen to what the actual quote was.
And also looking at estate taxes are going to have to go up for the richest Americans.
So estate taxes are going to have to go up for the richest Americans, not taxes, a little different.
Some editing there, yeah.
A little bit of editing. And then the third thing, so they cite the Tax Foundation, which is a right-leaning but credible think tank, saying that Harris, her plan will raise taxes $2,600 for American families. I reached out to the Tax Foundation, senior economist and research director Erica York. She said, quote, I don't know where that number comes from. She added, that is not our estimate for Harris's tax proposals. So what it actually is an estimate of what would happen if all of the Trump tax cuts were allowed to expire. But first of all, that's not Harris's plan. We don't know exactly how she plans to handle those expirations or non-expirations. And second of all, as Matt laid out, she's laid out a whole bunch of other proposals. So again, this number is not a number that applies to Harris's plan in particular.
There you go.
Okay. So
it's fact checked, and it's not going to raise taxes. The whole thing here is that she's going to put in place the tax cuts that were for everybody under $400,000.
Right.
Those are all going to be in place, and then of course extra tax credits for child care and the like. So a lot of things are in play in her tax plan. It's amazing that they say she hasn't provided any details. She can only provide so many details. I don't know. Maybe the MAGA should be familiar with the way the system works, and that is Senate and the House.
Yeah, they have something to do with it.
I think they work these things out. The president doesn't write the bills and send them for approval. Maybe it should work that way, or maybe it will if Trump is president.
Oh boy,
the unitary executive. All right.
Yeah. Let's not even think that that's a possibility.
All right. Now, there's something that we brought up during the break here, but I think let's play it anyway. It's you brought this up.
What?
Trump says, he wishes he hadn't left office.
Yes. Right. Yeah.
This is cut 37.
Moment of truth.
Yeah, moment of truth.
Okay, let's hear it.
Where else?
Our country the day that I left. I shouldn't have left. I mean, honestly, because we did so well. We had such a great. So now, I mean, every polling booth has hundreds of lawyers standing there. It's all about the lawyers. Everybody's standing lawyers. Nobody should have that.
He sounds very tired.
Tired or drunk, or on drugs, right? I mean, that is not a well person.
He's getting up there in years, and he's been on the campaign trail a long time.
Well,
he really has never stopped campaigning since he came down the golden escalator.
2015, he hasn't stopped. Every week there's a rally.
A lot of lies.
I can't believe that people still show up for these rallies. He hasn't said anything
lately,
new.
They haven't been showing up. A lot of
that's
in
true.
the last couple of weeks, those crowds are not as big as they used to be.
Yeah,
and a lot of people leave early.
Well, there's one cut that I wish I could have played. It's very visual, though, obviously, and that is it's the cameraman for a Trump rally. And Trump is out there saying, "No one leaves my rallies. We're pack the place constantly." So the guy, this rebel cameraman, just pans the entire area, and it's just just shows all the empty seats.
Oh,
it is truly an amazing moment. It goes on for 2 minutes. It rubbed it in. That was one of the great moments for me, anyway. All right, there's an ad now. Where Kamala put out an ad. Women can vote the way they want at the polling place.
Yes,
and it's and that secret stays at the polling place, right? Mm-hmm. Well, now they have an ad for men.
Right.
All right. So let's play cut 40. And this is out by the Harris Walz campaign. So let's check it out. The men now get to vote the way they want and keep it a secret at the polling place.
Come on, boys. Let's make America great again. It's your turn, buddy.
Before you cast your vote in this election, think about how it'll impact the people you care about the most.
Daddy!
Remember, you can vote any way you want. And no one will ever know.
Do your patriotic duty?
You bet I did, brother.
What happens in the booth stays in the booth. Vote Harris Walz.
Paid for by Vote Common Good.
It's cute because this scruffy guy with a beard, he's ready to vote, and then this daughter, tiny little girl, Daddy. God, tears your heart.
This is the strategy that I'm gonna take today. I still haven't talked to my dad, who refuses to tell my mom who he's going to vote for.
So you're going to stand on the side and say, "Daddy."
No, no, not quite, not quite. No, I got to talk to him because he, like I said, he refuses to tell my mom who he's going to vote for. He has voted for Trump in the past. So I'm concerned, obviously, but my mom seems to think that he's going to listen to me for some reason rather than her. And I'm going to tell him that, like, you don't need to tell me or even be truthful to me if you want to tell me who you voted for. You can vote one way and then lie to me later for some reason if you wanted to. But I also want, whenever you are in that ballot box, I'm going to tell him that I want him to think about Trump and if he really represents the kind of person that he wanted me to be when he was raising me.
Wow.
Okay.
Like, I'm an Eagle Scout. You guys know that.
Yeah.
Does Trump, I want him to think, does Trump exemplify what an Eagle Scout is? Is he a good person? Is he going to be a civic leader for the country?
Right.
That's what I want him to think about.
Was your dad, a big Eagle Scout supporter?
Well, yeah. I mean, he put me in Scouts when I was a little kid, and he was very proud of me.
And he was very proud of your badges when you got
when
you did your work. Okay. All right. So maybe that's a good angle on that.
Hopefully.
Maybe you could wear your Eagle Scout uniform as you drive him to the polls.
Yeah. Could do that.
Print out your own badge, right? Saying, "I voted for Harris."
Great.
Dad, I want to put this badge on my eagle.
6:49, back with more of John and Gordy in the morning.
.7 WMDX, the Janala Gordala in the Mornala show.
And this portion of the Janala Gordala morning show is brought to you by Verlo Mattress of Madison. Sleep better. Sleep better and dream bigger on a handcrafted Verlo mattress, available on Madison's east and west sides or online at verlo.com. I haven't quite got it down yet.
Yeah, well, that's okay. That's all right. I wrote it out on the trending area
I see
there,
that.
so you can get that.
Yeah, thanks.
By the way, I made it just once here perfectly, but I just can't get it.
Okay.
But it's interesting. All right. We were talking about the crowds leaving or not even showing up for
Trump.
The Trump rallies. Well, I got this story. I remembered it, and I just pulled it out.
Yeah.
An October 27 Facebook post shows an image of thousands of people, many of whom wearing red caps, lined up behind barricades along a city street. The post's caption reads, "New York currently hours before Donald Trump at Madison Square Garden." All right?
Okay.
You got the image in your head.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, the actual image... This is how desperate they are. The actual image shows a street in Dublin, Ireland, during Obama's visit in 2011, not the scene outside former President Trump's 2024 rally in New York and Madison Square Garden. Yeah, Dublin, Ireland, 2011. USA Today previously debunked false claims that Trump said 35,000 people attended a prior rally in the Bronx, that he shared a doctored rally photo showing the same person in multiple places. I saw that doctored photo.
Yeah.
But again, these are people. These are people in Ireland who had red hats on. So they thought, well, that looks like a rally, doesn't it?
Sure.
Wrong street, wrong time. That is truly desperation.
Guess so.
Well, we got a little text here. Sam, maybe if you point out to your dad that Trump wants to jail Kamala supporters, could your dad really vote for someone who wants to jail his son?
Well, there you go, Sam.
Good point.
Yeah,
wow. Now there it is. That's the angle.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say maybe he'll finally take that opportunity to get back at me for all the times that I annoyed him when I was a little kid.
Well, there's that. Yes. You can text us at 608-879-8255 or 608-879-TALK or use the Civic Media app as well. Yeah, that's a good, good
Has he ever bailed you out? Has he ever gotten you out of jail?
I've never been arrested.
Really?
Have you?
I have actually.
Oh, boy.
I know, it's crazy, yeah.
What were you arrested for?
Yeah. I was arrested for my vehicle registration. Wasn't up to date.
They arrested you for that?
Yeah, they put me in jail for it.
What?
My dad wasn't real happy about that. I wasn't happy about it. What do you put a person in jail for that?
What about you, Gordy?
No, I've never been arrested. No. Wait,
but
were you driving illegally?
I met an interesting guy, Mr. Bojangles.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he sing a song for you?
He did
a little dance?
He had his dog at this time.
Did he? Oh, okay. Before the dog died?
Yeah.
Okay. Were you doing something really illegally?
No.
And they got you on that?
No, it's a different time. This is in Milwaukee on the northeast side. And I had an old white Cadillac. And they stopped Cadillacs like crazy on the north side of Milwaukee.
Boy.
And they pulled me over and, that was it. White or black, you're going to prison.
Wow. Jeez.
Yeah. But anyway, that's the story I have.
Were you in overnight or just for a few hours?
No, just a few hours.
Okay.
My dad made it down there right away.
He bailed you out.
All right. Now let's get to Tim Walz. This is really a great moment for him. He addressed students and he asked, wait till you're seniors someday, guys. Okay, let's check this out. This is cut 31. This is a great thing.
And all of you, the older folks will get this, younger folks, trust me, there'll come a day. Someday you're going to be sitting on that porch. You're going to be in that rocking chair. And a little one's going to come up to you after been in school where they've been studying the 2024 election. And they're going to ask, when everything was on the line and the American experiment was on the line, and there was somebody running who asked to be a dictator and to overturn the Constitution and talk about using the military against our own people, what did you do to stop that from happening? And you're going to be able to say, every damn thing we could. Every damn thing we could.
Yeah. That is really great. And it makes you think.
Perspective,
too. It really does. Now, I was listening over the weekend to Busted Pencils. They have a special program on Saturday at 3, and I listened to it, and it didn't sound recorded to me. It sounded live, and it was really a tight program. But at the end of the program, Dr. Johnny mentioned something about his class of students. And he said that his students told him that instead of Twitter or calling it X, the kids are calling it Twix.
Twix?
Yeah.
Okay.
Twitter and X. Twix.
Okay.
And I thought, wow, that is brilliant. That is beautiful. And he said he's not sure if that's, caught on nationwide, but he certainly thought it was imaginative, and maybe kids are calling it that now, right?
Is there a candy bar named Twix?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's the way it goes.
Might be a copyright.
And he gave different versions of it, like, when you retweet.
Yeah.
I don't know what, you're Twixt. He gave another bunch of terms for it, but I don't know what they are.
All right.
Anyway, we'll ask him when he's on the show.
Yeah, we will.
This coming Thursday morning.
Coming up, we've got the big story. Oh, boy, that SNL cold open.
Oh, yeah, this is great stuff.
That's coming up on the John and Gordy in the Morning Show, 92.7 WMDX.
In the morning, as we were saying, let the sun shine. It's the John and Gordy Show. on, everybody.
It's the John and Gordy Show.
Do you know what this means?
Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy?
You're pretty high and far out, aren't you? What kind of kick are you on, son?
No good bastard. Your show sucks.
What made me think this was a good day to stop drinking? Buddy, do you want coffee?
Coffee. Coffee.
Black coffee.
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 They warned us about people like you.
What a load of crap.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
We'll do it live. And that's the way it is.
On 92.7 FM, WMDX. Take it away, boys.
Okay.
All right.
Good morning.
You know, somewhere along the way, should get that cut again where that woman is screaming. Warn us about people like you.
92.7 WMDX, John and Gordy in the morning. Weather today, cloudy this morning, 60 degrees, highs in the mid-60s this afternoon, maybe a couple of sprinkles along the way. And right now, again, still 60 degrees.
All right.
Okay. Hey, don't forget, tomorrow night, Tuesday, November 5th, make sure you tune in to Civic Media's Election Night special coverage beginning at 6 p.m. As the results roll in, Civic Media reporters and hosts will bring you the information you need to know. The Civic Media Election Night special, again, with insight and analysis you won't find anywhere else. Join our team of hosts, reporters, and guests tomorrow night beginning at 6 p.m. and all through election night.
Look out, CNN.
Look out.
We have our own TV studio.
Yes, we do. It's downstairs,
Yeah.
couple of floors
Below
below
us.
us. It's really actually pretty cool.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
What if
And-
we opened it up to a live studio audience?
Oh, wouldn't that be fun?
Hey,
Let's
that'd be
do that. Let's
fantastic.
just do that tomorrow morning. Get the keys, open it up, let all the people in. Come on.
Sounds like
Come
a
on.
recipe for disaster.
Oh, well.
Well, you know what I'd like?
What?
An AI audience.
Just an empty
Yeah.
room and then a
It
bunch
just-
of people
right,
laughing.
exactly.
And cheering
AI
and-
created people in the studio.
That would be fun. Yeah.
All right. It is the Saturday Night Live cold open.
Yes.
And this was just an unbelievable show.
It was great.
But we got to break this up into three parts, okay? I'm going to play the guy who does. It's funny. I don't know his name. The guy who does Trump.
It's
I
right
know,
on the
see?
tip of my tongue. James Austin something.
But anyway, that guy does a better Trump than Trump himself. Trump is starting to lose all of those characteristics in his
Right?
voice. So anyway, let's listen to cut 28, Trump babbling, basically.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Trump is in Reading, Pennsylvania, where he has been already talking for 4.5 hours.
Well, we're almost at Election Day. The fraud has already begun. They've only caught it from people on my side so far, but that's okay, because I got the big vest on, right? Look good, right? You like it? You might have seen me wearing it in garbage truck. And I look like one of those airport guys who's doing the lightsabers. What's that guy doing? United this way. We'll be looking into that very strongly. We're going to find out what those are called. We'll look at that. But they're telling lies about me, okay? I never said I wanted Liz Cheney to be shot in the face, okay? Just said I wanted her to go hunting with her dad, all right? Just a little bing, bang, bing, bing, bing. And they say I hate women, but I love women. I love women so much. And I want to protect women, okay? Whether they like it or not. That's right. When you're famous, they let you protect them. Grab them right by the protection. Remember that? Maybe not. Where the hell am I? This place reeks. I don't want to be here with you people. Come on. I'm out of gas. I'm running on fumes here, folks. You can see it, right? The cracks are showing. I'm exhausted. I'm babbling. I'm doing crazy things with the microphone. Get me out of here. Make it stop. The last time I hated a mic this much, I tried to have him killed. Pinch! Who cares? You don't care. Nobody cares. Anyway, speaking of who cares, I'm going to turn this over to J.D. Vance. J.D., everybody, get him up here.
Hello. Hey, where my normal gay guys at?
Okay, so now the second part. I've got the 3 parts.
Just let me mention James Austin Johnson. That's the guy who plays Trump. Okay.
So for me, Jim Gaffigan's, Tim Walz, and Dana Carvey's Joe Biden are just, you can't get any better than this. So let's listen to this segment of it now. This is cut 29.
The other day, I had a cheesesteak egg roll. What happens when different cultures, it's so beautiful, come together, it's special.
No, wow, Tim, you see beauty in so many fried things.
All right, I got to get out of here. AOC and I are going to play Fortnite on Twitch.
For the campaign, see you later. Now let me just send a quick text.
Oh, who are you texting?
Every single person in America.
Those actually come from you?
Yeah, they all start with, hey, it's Kamala.
Knock, knock.
Joe Biden, thank you for coming here to support me.
Of course. My train was stopping here, so I'm being serious right now.
Thank you so much for all you've done for my campaign.
I can still do more and get out there and I can say more things.
Thank you so much for all you've done for my campaign.
All right, kid. All right, I get it. Come on. Let's get real. I'm proud of you. You got nothing to worry about. Come on.
Thanks, Joe.
All right. You know what? I saw a bunch of reporters and cameras out there. I'm going to go ref.
Bless Joe Biden.
All right, that's fantastic stuff. It is. I can't. When Dana Carvey does that thing, it is so perfectly Joe Biden.
It's good.
It really is.
It's
all
good
right.
stuff.
Now here's Maya Rudolph's Harris.
Yeah, here we go.
And this is the golden moment. She looks into this mirror, just to kind of reflect on, who she could use as an inspiration. So let's check it out. Cut 30.
This is it. The last campaign stop in Pennsylvania. Gosh, I wish I could talk to someone who's been in my shoes, a Black South Asian woman running for president, preferably from the Bay Area.
You and me both, sister.
It is nice to see you, Kamala.
It is nice to see you, Kamala. And I'm just here to remind you, you got this. Because you can do something your opponent cannot do. You can open doors.
I see what you did there, like to a garbage truck, right?
I don't really laugh like that, do I?
A little bit. Now, Kamala, take my Pamela. The American people want to stop the chaos.
And end the drama.
With a cool new stepmamala. Kick back in our pajamas and watch a rom Kamala.
Like Legally Blondula.
And start decorating for Christmas. Fa la 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 la. Because what do we always say? Keep Kamala and carry on a la. We know each other so well, we even finish each other's belief in the promise of America. Exactly. Now come on, let's bring it in. I gotta tell myself something over here. Come here. I wanna tell you something. I'm gonna vote for us.
Great. Any chance you are registered in Pennsylvania?
Nope, I am not. Well, it was worth a shot. And live from New York, it's Saturday!
All right, there it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty electric.
That was just fantastic. And you know how the FCC, Republican designee, says that's illegal, but you're trying to get around the rules. Is it illegal or are they trying to get around the rules? God. Oh, God. Trump appointed him, obviously. Little confused. And that's why we're calling, by the way, this morning, the Janala and Gordala in the Mornala. All right?
Rolls off the tongue.
It does.
Beautiful.
I think I got it this time.
I think you did. Yeah.
All right. Now, while we're on the subject of Kamala Harris, I thought this was the best way to respond to Gen Zers ever. Now, you know, Sam is going to be the judge of this. Okay. He will give us a thumbs up or down on this. But this is Cut 24, and this is just a great way to talk to them. Let's listen.
Every day I see the promise of America in all the young leaders who are voting for the first time. And I love your generation. I just love you guys. And let me tell you why. One of the reasons is you all are rightly impatient for change. Rightly.
Yeah.
You, who have only known the climate crisis, are leading the charge to protect our planet and our future. You, who grew up with active shooter drills, are fighting to keep our schools safe. You who now know fewer rights than your mothers and grandmothers are standing up for freedom. And what I know about you is these issues are not theoretical. This is not political for you. This is your lived experience. And I see you, and I see your power. I see your power, and I am so proud of you. Can we hear it for our first-time voters?
Boy, it's great stuff.
Yes.
It really is.
Yeah, she's really connecting there.
Really?
And I think it's going to make a difference.
Yeah. I mean, everything about this campaign, for me, is so well run, so perfectly planned. I mean, the ads are in quick response to exactly what's going on in that moment.
Right.
I just haven't seen a campaign this smooth, and she is so up to the task, which is another big surprise. You know, she just took over.
Yeah.
My friend in Milwaukee just can't get over how illegal it was for her to be designated the candidate. You know, again, you know, it's up to the party to decide how they do it.
Right.
And I guess no one objected at the convention.
No.
I could be wrong.
No.
But anyway, you know, he doesn't like that. And he doesn't like her because she never worked at McDonald's. Certainly a prerequisite to be president.
I guess so.
All right.
Hey, coming up right around the corner, we'll check in with Brittany Merlot, find out about our weather for today and for Election Day tomorrow across Wisconsin on the John and Gordy in the Morning Show, 92.7 WMDX.
98.7 WMDX. The John-a-la, Gorda-la in the morning-a-la.
And this portion of the John-a-la and Gorda-la in the morning-a-la show is brought to you by Verlalo, mattress of Madison. Sleep better and dream bigger on a handcrafted Verlo mattress. Available on Madison's east and west sides or online at verlo.com. Normally, we would be talking to Brittany Merlot at this point, but she is really busy this morning handling news and weather. So we will just update the weather ourselves here. It's 60 degrees currently, mid-60s this afternoon. We had a little rain earlier. We might get a sprinkle or a shower along the way. And again, mid-60s today. It's pretty much the same story for tomorrow for Election Day across Wisconsin. Clouds and scattered rain showers. So really no weather problems to deal with.
Right.
Or turnout is still
Packers had a
expected
few
to be
weather
high.
problems last
The Packers.
afternoon. I just couldn't believe how bad the score was. I mean, they played so horribly. And I know it was raining really hard, but, so what, right?
Well, yeah.
And Brittany's probably snowed in someplace. She did say
she was going
3
north.
feet of snow.
Yeah.
So who knows, right?
Yeah. Packers didn't do well. The Badgers
No.
did not do well either.
Yeah.
But, oh, well. Okay.
I found this interesting changed. Well, okay. This you remember the line kind of that Trump had given about grabbing women, right? Okay, so somebody decided to change the wording a little bit.
The Access Hollywood tape.
Right. So they wanted to change the word just a little bit in order to make it sound like, hey, this is the time to vote, okay? And this is it. I'm going to read it. And if you don't remember it, that's fine, because I'm not going to read the original. It says here, I moved on him like a bitch. I just started voting. I don't even wait. Just vote. And when you're registered, they let you do it.
That's good.
Yeah, it is pretty darn good. All right. Here we never play enough of Tim Walz. Now, this is Tim Walz on the abortion ban, okay? And I want to just, he is so good out there on the stump that it's a shame that we don't play more of Walz. But let's play this. This is cut 21.
Okay. Now, 20 states have the Trump abortion ban. Last night, Donald Trump said that if you're a woman, he'll be your protector. And he also said this. Imagine that this was a moment of self-reflection for him. He says, I know a lot of people don't like that. Oh, no shit, they don't like it. But here's the scary part, people, because there's no excuse for not hearing this, because he said it. He said, I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. That's how this guy's lived his life. That's why he was on the Access Hollywood tape, and that's why he ended up in court, because that's what he thinks about it. Women turned away now because of what he's doing from emergency rooms to get basic care, having miscarriages in parking lots, survivors of rape and incest being forced to carry their attacker's child. Those are the types of things. Fertility clinics have even turned couples away. I said this is personally on this. This idea that there would be no autonomy for you to make decisions about your body. Now you can't even decide if you want to have a family. For Gwen and I, we went through fertility treatment for years. If you've been through this, it's hellish to try and do it. You know somebody who has. The idea, we finally able to have that beautiful little girl. How in God's name are we willing to let some politician tell, I'll be damned if I'll let them tell anybody in this country if they can have a child. Kamala's made it clear, we will pass a bill to protect reproductive freedom, and she'll sign it into law. Folks, it's this simple. We trust women. We trust women to make their own decisions. We trust them to go to their doctors. We trust them to make these types of decisions. So across the country, I have to say, this feeling of women right now in this, every age and every party, here's what's going to happen on Tuesday. They are going to send a loud and clear message to Donald Trump on November 5th. They're going to send that message whether he likes it or not.
That's right.
That's good stuff. Because everybody's been out there and they have either voted already or they're going to be voting very, very soon. I hope everybody has a chance to get out there and vote, and I hope everybody is able to get, registered, especially the students here in the Madison area. I just hope that's worked out for them. But there are irregularities going on all across the country, small irregularities, and a lot of the irregularities in voting, the fraud part of it, is being caused by MAGA voters. All right. And this is the thing that kind of drives me crazy is when they talk about fraud, when it comes to the people who are actually committing it, they never mention it on the air. Let's go to something from Ron Johnson. Seems that MAGAs are the ones trying to cheat. And if they get caught, the talking points about cheating suddenly turn generic. Right? So let's listen to this. This is Ron Johnson on Cavuto.
Are you looking for 222?
It says 22, isn't it?
Yeah, it says 20.
I don't have it 20. Oh, Cavuto. Okay.
Yep.
Cheat. I think they do cheat, which is why we keep saying we need such an overwhelming landslide where really the result is too big to rig.
I'm just thinking of those remarks. Of course, the Democrats challenge what you say, sir. And Donald Trump talking about some mysterious shenanigans going on in Pennsylvania, whether with Republicans are the ones laying the groundwork for an election whose results they will not accept if they lose.
Well, again, I want to accept the results. I want it a fair, legitimate election. I don't want any legitimate vote canceled out by a fraudulent vote. But we know that election fraud occurs in every election. It's just a matter, how large of a fraud is it?
Yeah. How large is it?
Okay. Senator, we'll watch very closely. Thank you very much.
It must be, really large.
No. It's just isolated little incidents.
A lot of states are like ours. It's not one big unit. We have separate places all throughout the state.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Hey, coming up, we will be going into... What do we have coming up here, John?
That's a good question.
You tell me, and we'll both know. It's 7:29.
Well, we've got, a quote from Mike Johnson. He wants to get rid of the CHIPS Act.
Okay.
And RFK is going to take charge of HHS. So we'll talk about those things.
It's coming up on John and Gordy in the Morning.
Gordy in the Morning. As we were saying, let the sun shine. It's the John and Gordy Show.
is Austin Powers, isn't it?
Yes.
It is.
Quincy Jones.
But before Austin Powers came along.
That's right. He used Quincy Jones's tune here. It's
Well,
so
he produced
thin.
this, yes, and he died over the weekend, and he was 91 years old.
Wow.
Yes, he produced a lot of great things, including a lot of stuff with Michael Jackson, Frank Sinatra. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. He did all, We Are the World. What are we looking at here, John?
Is that one of our electric garbage trucks now?
Oh, one of the new ones? Trash Gordon, maybe? Or what
Doesn't
was the other
say.
one?
I thought the name to be etched along the
Does it have like lightning
side.
bolts on the side that you can tell it's electric?
It does
Yeah,
not. Well,
I did see one of the electric ones a couple weeks ago.
it looks pretty new.
It does.
Yeah.
It looks electric.
Yeah, look at that thing behind the cab there.
Yeah.
I can't read it from here, but it
I
does
can't
look
either.
kind of electric.
Yeah, it does look electric. Oh, by
I
the
don't
way,
think that's it. I think the electric ones are blue, and they've got
really?
they've got lightning painted on the side. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Very cool.
One thing though is the double buses.
Yes. BRT buses.
Yep.
Yeah.
They have vote.
Oh,
right. Vote written on
Vote
on
today.
the screen. Vote
yeah,
today.
on the digital signs on the top of the
digital
bus.
sign at the top.
Yeah, it says vote today.
Instead of just the destination,
pretty
vote
cool.
today. That's fantastic stuff.
Yeah. Good
Wow.
deal.
All right. I got something from Don Lemon. He used to be at CNN.
Don Lemon?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's been out there, and he has his own podcast, I would assume, because he's doing an awful lot of work out there. But he's talking to people in the street. And this was a great conversation, I thought anyway, with a Gen Zer. And he just kept asking him the questions, and the Gen Zer didn't run, just kept answering back. So let's check this out. This is cut 269.
If you could vote in America, who would you vote for?
Donald Trump.
You would. Tell me why.
I just think that this is the last opportunity for Republicans to win this election, because Kamala's letting so many immigrants in, and immigrants who she'll give the vote to vote Democrat.
Yeah. She's not letting immigrants in. She's not the president.
Well, yeah. Well, she's in control of the border.
No, she's not in control of the border.
Oh, yes, she is.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is. That's her role as vice
No,
president.
that's not her role. That's what you've been hearing. That's not her role. Her role was to fix the countries around the border so that it would be an incentive for people not to come in. But she's not in charge of the border.
Well, even if
that's the Congress and the Senate.
Even if she isn't, if she becomes president, let's say she becomes president, it will be her role to control the border.
Yeah. And she said that she wants to control the border, and she wanted a very conservative. Hey, she wanted a very conservative, bipartisan bill that was thwarted by Trump and the Republicans. She wants to enact that to help the border and to get more resources to stop people from coming over and more border agents.
Okay.
Yeah. So, well, it's kind of the opposite of what you're saying.
Well, it's not what we've been hearing.
Where are you listening?
Twitter.
X. I mean, okay. Do you know what X is happening with X now?
Well, you tell me.
No, you tell me.
Well, it's free speech. Free speech nation.
Well, free speech has nothing to do with social media.
Well, why not?
Because free speech for the U.S., which you don't have that in England, free speech for us is about the government not enacting laws that restricts our speech. It has nothing to do with a private platform. That has nothing to do with free speech. That's the same as going on that platform is the same as someone coming into your home, and you can tell them how to conduct themselves in your home. And if they don't do that, you can say, hey, leave. And you'll be perfectly within your rights to do that. It has nothing, absolutely zero to do with free speech.
I just think X is a good thing because it's allowing people to know, with no barriers, to voice their opinions. And
that may be true in some sense, but don't you think having facts, like you don't even understand about the border, like you don't have the facts about it, and that's what you're learning on that platform as well.
Yeah, but those facts can be proven wrong.
Facts
Well,
are facts.
If they're not facts, like if they're opinions.
Yeah, but I'm giving you a fact. It's not an opinion. That's the difference between an opinion and a fact.
Well, where are you getting your sources from?
I get it from everyone. I get it from the New York Times. I get it from the Washington Post. I get it from the Wall Street Journal. I get it from CNN. I get it from Fox. I get it from MSNBC. I get it from CBS. I get it from ABC. I get it from Axios. I get it from Politico. I get it from even some right-wing folks from podcasts that I listen to, a bunch of right-wing podcasts. I even appear on those podcasts, and I talk to those people. So I get it from a number of different sources. So I do have my opinions, but I also know what facts are, and facts are facts. It's not opinions.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, who are you voting for?
I'm voting for democracy, and I'm voting for democracy not because they're a Democrat or a woman or African American or a Republican or a man. I'm voting because I believe in democracy, and I believe that Kamala Harris will keep our democracy. So on the other side of her administration, we will have an intact democracy.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope he convinced him.
Don Lemon, yeah.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
It is. Yeah.
People just like to dig themselves into holes like this.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fun. Well, somebody who dug himself into a hole is Mike Johnson. Just recently said he wants to repeal the Chips and Science Act. And he said it right in front of a candidate running in the state where the Chips and Science Act is being executed by job creation and business opportunities.
Well, why would he do that?
Well, he's an idiot. and you can hear it plainly in this next cut. This is Mike Johnson sticking the foot in the mouth.
The former president has said that he doesn't support the Chips and Science Act. You voted against it. If you have a Republican majority in Congress and Trump in the White House, will you guys try to repeal that law?
I expect that we probably will, but we haven't developed that part of the agenda yet. We got to get over the election.
And then for the congressman, would you vote to repeal or keep the Chips Act if that vote came?
No, obviously the Chips Act is hugely impactful here, and my job is to keep lobbying on my side. That's why I've crossed the aisle and supported many things that against leadership. But that's our partnership. That's how we're going to get through this.
How does that message get to President Trump, who's called the CHIPS Act bad, when it's really vital for Central New York's future?
I would say that President Trump's comments, are in part why a lot of things that got added to the CHIPS Act, which was a lot of Green New Deal type programs. What we were opposed to in that bill was that it had too much crammed into it, and you had the Green New Deal stuff, to Brandon's point. When you take the Green New Deal out of the equation, you will save trillions of dollars in the long run for the U.S. economy, and you will allow the free market to thrive again.
Well, yes, the free market. He's constantly beating up on this free market idea.
How long is the long run to him?
Yeah.
Like, are we talking 50 years down the line,
Probably.
which is what the Green New Deal whole policy is meant to help us save money on, or is he talking like 5 years, however long it takes to get him reelected?
Well, that's way too deep a question.
Yeah.
But it's just a funny thing. I thought, well, what part of the Green New Deal is in the Chips and Science Act? I thought, well, I got to look this up, and I did.
Okay.
And this is kind of seems like Mike Johnson's lying a little bit here. What? The Chips and Science Act recognizes the need to address growing energy consumption of semiconductors. Okay. So it's part of the Chips and Science Act, semiconductors, and making it more economical, energy-wise. The Department of Energy is developing a plan to reduce the energy use of microelectronic chips, circuits, architecture, and software by 1,000 times in the next 20 years. Ooh. So that's really saving a lot of energy. That's the part of the deal, the Chips and Science Act, that they want to get rid of the Green New Deal on. Wow. Not a good idea.
No.
So, when you dig a little bit deeper, things come out. Become clear.
Yes. Hey, what about this this RFK thing?
Yeah. RFK,
Trump wants to put him in charge of everything, science and medical and anything and everything.
All the craziest people that are out there right now that we're hearing from, the MAGA, right?
Yeah.
They're crazy, and he wants to put every one of them in charge of a department. Now, this has got to kind of freak some of the conservatives out there who are voting right now. You'd think that maybe they'd want a more stable economy, so things just aren't tossed up in the air. Now, one of the things I'm planning, by the way, if Trump gets in, I'm pulling an investment out.
Oh, really?
I'm not going to risk it. Yeah. The economy, I think, is just going to crash into this guy, obviously. Well, I think it's definitely going to happen. The economists say so. But RFK is going to be in charge of HHS, Health and Human Services. And he is...
He's going to stop vaccinations?
He's going to stop vaccinations.
He's going to really turn things around.
I ended up on a Twitter site that had all these clips of JFK making all of these RFK, rather, making all of these promises, and he's coming up with all the reasons why he doesn't think vaccines are safe at all.
Right.
And here's a cut right now. Let's play this.
It's the product of a pharmaceutical-driven biosecurity agenda that will enslave the entire human race and plunge us into a dystopian nightmare. It's the product of a pharmaceutical-driven biosecurity agenda that will enslave the entire human race.
I just love that. Just enslave us all. And boy, we are enslaved, aren't we?
But we can rest easy. We can rest easy though, because if another pandemic comes along, RFK Jr.'s
You're
will
right.
be in charge.
You're absolutely
and
right.
we can trust him.
Yeah.
To make all the judgments that need to be made.
Yes, we can all rest easy on that. So anyway,
Lord.
Here, he is also having said Wi-Fi causes cancer and leaky brain. That's something he
what
said.
What is leaky brain?
I don't know. Maybe it's something created by the worms.
Yeah, I was just saying, maybe it's what he got after the worm died up there.
He told that to Joe Rogan last month. Antidepressants are to blame for school shootings. And he also says chemicals in the water supply could turn children transgender. He told right-wing Canadian psychologist and podcaster Jordan Peterson here's a pseudo-intellectual right there, echoing a false assertion made by serial fabulist Alex Jones.
Yeah, I was going to say Alex Jones's famous line, the chemicals in the water, they're turning the frogs gay.
Yep. And AIDS may not be caused by HIV.
What?
He had suggested a number of times. So he has his own theories. This is the kind of stuff, and by the way, a guy like this is now in charge of Health and Human Services in Florida.
Oh.
And, they're not recommending, COVID vaccines to young men.
Man.
So it's just going to get worse if we have something like this put in place, and it's just a complete nightmare to even think that something like this can happen in the United States. But boy, is it. Now, something here I thought was bizarrely interesting. Scott Walker every once in a while chimes in with his opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because no one likes him anymore. He doesn't get that message, though. That's why he's talking to the kids. They don't know too much about him. So anyway, this is an actual comment. This is what he wrote on Twitter, okay? Or Twix. He wrote this. And by the way, he wrote this after. This is the original tweet from Harris. I will be president for all Americans. And he took objection to this by tweeting, that's what we're afraid of. We can't afford 4 years of this crap. He's afraid that she's going to be the president of all Americans. So you got to think that that's maybe the plan here is to become president of only certain people.
Yeah. That's Trump's plan.
Yeah, kind of scary, right?
Right.
And one more, and I think we have time. Do we have time for 1 minute? Do we have 1 minute? Nah, let's not get into that. Okay.
What?
All right. I just wanted to play something just to show how mentally deranged.
This is all your plot just to keep people listening to the next break, right?
Yeah. That's the teaser.
That's
right
the idea. Okay. Well, good enough.
All right.
So
this is the John-a-la, Gordy-la in the morning-a-la edition of the show.
It is. Okay. And we want to remind you that this portion of, try it again, of the John-a-la and Gordy-la show is brought to you by Verlo-la Mattress of Madison. It's Verlo Mattress of Madison. Sleep better and dream bigger on a handcrafted Verlo mattress. Available on Madison's east and west sides or online at verlo.com. Coming up, we've got leftovers, this, that, and the other odds and ends. John and Gordy in the morning continues on 92.7 WMDX.
Terrific if you like eating leftovers.
Leftovers.
Leftovers?
I kept the leftovers.
The leftovers!
Just some leftovers.
Leftovers for a week and a half.
He ate those leftovers.
Funeral leftovers.
Leftovers. Enjoy.
All right. We're going to certainly try to enjoy it. WMDX. But, you know, sometimes you get old, crusty, tough to chew. But we're gonna do our best. And by the way, we want to thank Zach out in Sun Prairie for sending us a little cut explaining tariffs to MAGA.
Well, let's listen to it.
Should we?
Okay.
Well, all right. Let's check
I'm
it out.
voting for the man that's going to take America back, baby. Donald J. Trump, man.
What's one of your biggest issues?
Probably going to be inflation, because I sell T-shirts and all that stuff.
Your T-shirts are made in the USA?
No, my blanks, no. See, that's the thing Trump's talking about. If we tax them, hit tariffs, the same item they're making over there will cost the same to make over here.
We pay the tariffs.
Well, the companies pay the tariffs, not us.
China doesn't pay the tariffs. We do when they come in.
No, it doesn't work like that.
Like if I'm buying 1,000 shirts from China and there's a tariff on it, I'm paying the tariff.
Well, no, whoever's getting it imported in is going to pay the tariffs.
Yeah. I'm the business owner. I'm paying the tariff. China doesn't pay it. I pay for it.
Well,
And like if I'm the business owner and I buy 1,000 shirts,
I see what you're saying.
China's not Jolly. So I'm trying to explain.
Who pays the tariff? They're paying the tariff.
Do you think that? You believe that?
Because I was trying to say, because I sell merch as well.
I sell you something for $10, right? You're going to sell it to him for $20.
Exactly.
But then I make you pay me $15 for it. Are you still going to sell it to him for $20?
Am I going to sell it to him for $20?
If I raise the price $5?
Oh, it's going to have to go up.
Right.
Yeah, the consumer foots the bill.
Okay.
The moment of realization.
Yeah. I bet people have tried to make that same argument with Trump, and Trump just doesn't get it. And this is my other theory, is that because people are so afraid of Trump, that they won't try to explain it to him, or at least maybe try a number of times. They may have brought it up, but then they realize they're not getting anywhere, and they don't want to be shot somewhere.
Yeah. Fired or
so they just kind of give up, because Trump doesn't seem to understand that if a company pays 20% more, they're going to raise the price up by 20%. It is so simple. This is so easy. But we're going to elect this dumb guy to be our president.
Yeah.
He doesn't get any of the policy ideas. He doesn't know policy, and that's why Project 2025 is so important. He can say he doesn't know anything about it. That's probably true.
Right.
But he's going to depend on it in order to at least pass some of his agenda, or almost all of the agenda. We can't have something like this happen. This is insanity. All right, let's get to another cut here. I just thought we were talking about RFK Jr. Being in charge of HHS. And let's play this cut here. This is a little bit longer. It's a daily show. All right, let's go.
For more on what RFK could do in a Trump presidency, let's go live to CDC headquarters with Jordan Klepper. Jordan, why is the media paying attention to Joe Biden's gaffes when RFK running the CDC sounds like a much bigger deal?
Good question, Ronnie. It's because focusing on institutions like the CDC is what we in the media call boring. No one wants to hear the overly complex details about how RFK is going to unvaccinate people by clamping down on their arms and sucking out their injections like it's a snake bite.
Wait, would that even work?
Look, you're getting lost in the weeds, Ronnie. The real scoop is that this morning, Joe Biden said he hopes Kamala becomes president of the United States. President? Are you kidding me? What is going on here? Well, I promise to get to the bottom of it in my new primetime special, All the President's Men.
Wait, Jordan, sorry. Could we go back to, what was that thing you said about RFK undoing my vaccinations?
I don't know. I zoned out. It was something about summoning the power of the U.S. military to go door to door and yada, 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 yada. I don't know.
Wait, military? What, you mean RFK will have access to, like, tanks and shit?
No, I didn't ask too many follow-ups because there's so much Joe Biden news coming out. Like this afternoon, Biden said we need to respect the will of the voters. The voters? What? This guy is all in for the 1%.
Okay. Jordan, I mean, it's obvious that he meant the voters.
Ooh, controversy. Now we're really getting into it. We'll find out more in my two-part special, Vote or Die. Will democracy sink or swim?
Okay. Jordan, no one cares about these gaffes or your dumb specials, okay? How about the issues that are going to affect day-to-day life? RFK Jr. could be in charge of, like, school lunches.
True. Although I wouldn't worry too much about that. RFK told me that instead of school lunch, kids will forage for bear meat in Central Park.
Okay, that sounds incredibly unhealthy.
Yeah, if you find a bad bear, sure.
Okay, wait. Did he talk about how he was going to implement this?
I don't know. It's not my job to ask.
It is. You're the media is literally the one thing you're supposed to do. Okay, stop getting distracted by all this meaningless Biden. Focus on informing the people on the issues that matter.
Wow. Hard truths, Ronnie. Hard truths. You know, you're right. I need to focus more on truly informing the public, and I'll do so in my new 3-part miniseries, a complex look at RFK's history of intervention within the medical system, undermining public trust in our institutions while paving the way for the current national anti-science movement.
Okay. I'll watch that.
That sounds a little boring.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Forget it. Check out my 12-part retrospective on that one time Biden mispronounced SCOTUS as scrotum. Falls in your court, an American story.
All right, God bless the media. Jordan, clap for everybody.
All right, there you go.
Daily Show.
A lot of jokes about
stuff.
RFK Jr.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine if they actually became the administration? Help us all.
No. That'll do it for today.
Well,
don't forget to join us tomorrow for the John and Gordy Election Day special. Stephanie Miller is coming up next, right here on 92.7 WMDX. Have a great day, John.
I will. Are you going to have a good day?
I think so.
Really?
I'm going to get ready.
Let the sun shine. It's the John and